Hello, people. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Hope you had a great day today. We are going live as promised, and it promises to be a great day. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for always being around with us. Thank you for being part of this journey. Without you, it would have been boring, right? So I say thank you so much. Now, today is episode number 3, and we are still talking about disciplined life. So, our series is still disciplined life, and today's episode is episode number 3. And today's episode is titled Discipline is Self Respect. Wow, that's a big one. Discipline is self respect. So, thank you, folks. Whenever you join, please let us know where you're joining from. Thank you so much. And for those of you that will watch this later, thank you once again. So, discipline is self respect. That's today's title. There's a moment, a quiet moment, most people never confront. It might be out of fear, it might be out of because they know what the answer will be. So they don't confront that quiet moment. It's actually not when life is falling apart, it's not when things are hard. It's when you know better, but still you don't follow through. I always say, if you know better, you'll do better, right? Okay, what about the case of you know better, but you still don't follow through? That moment, you're not confused. It's not a confused moment. You're not unaware. You just choose comfort over commitment. You you I like to say you chose a plan B. You created a plan B just in case plan A doesn't work. You choose an easy way out. And the pain doesn't come immediately. Once you do this, the pain don't come immediately. It comes later when you realize you don't trust yourself the way you used to. The pain doesn't come immediately. The pain comes later when you realize you no longer trust yourself the way you used to. That's not a discipline problem, my friend. That's a self respect problem. A self respect problem. Hello, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. You see, that's the moment when you hit snooze, even though you promised yourself you wouldn't. So you wake up, you're the one that set up your alarm clock by yourself. But when the alarm starts ringing, you hit snooze, even you promised yourself you wouldn't. You avoid the task you know that needs to be done. Hello, guys. Thanks for joining. You say, I'll start on Monday for the 50th time, or for the 20th time, or for the 100th time. You keep quiet about goals because you're tired of disappointing yourself. You see, in this time, no one calls you out. Nobody calls you out. You just you and yourself. It's a quiet moment. No one shames you. No one shames you, but you feel it. Deep within your soul, deep within your heart, you feel it. As usual, I've broken this talk into segments. Segment number 1: why broken promises hurt more than failure. In this series, in this live, we've been talking about disciplined life. That is what the series is all about. And today's topic is discipline is self respect. Failing hurts. When you fail, it hurts. But breaking promises to yourself hurts more. Breaking your own promises hurts more. Because every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll be more consistent, I'll start again next week, and you don't follow through, you teach yourself something very dangerous, my friend. My word to myself doesn't matter. That's what you're telling yourself. My word to myself doesn't matter. My word doesn't hold water. That's what you're telling yourself. Discipline isn't about productivity, it's about integrity to self. This is disciplined life. All right. Most people can forgive failure. Most people can forgive a bad week. Most people can forgive a missed opportunity, a setback. But what eats at them is, I knew what to do and still didn't do it. I knew what to do. So I knew better, but I didn't do better. Now, that's not failure. That's self-betrayal. That is self-betrayal. Sometimes I call it self-sabotage. Because what you're doing to yourself, you're actually sabotaging yourself. Segment number 2, the invisible erosion of trust. I call this the invisible erosion of trust. Self-trust isn't destroyed overnight. Friends, this is kind of very important. Self-trust isn't destroyed overnight. It erodes with time. It erodes with time. One skipped commitment at a time, one renegotiated standard at a time, one excuse that felt reasonable in the moment, until one day you hesitate to even set goals. You can't even set goals anymore because you just know you're not going to live up to it. And when you can't set goals, not because you lack ambition, but because you don't trust you will follow through. You don't trust yourself anymore. Well, that's not laziness, my friend. That's disappointment turned inward. That is the definition of disappointment turned inward. Let me tell you, as you go through your day to day, this is why you see people say things like this. I don't even want to plan anymore. Have you heard someone say that? I don't want to plan anymore. I don't even, I see, I'll see how I feel. Somebody say, I'll see how I feel. I don't want to get my hopes high. Have you heard people say that? I have heard that in so many places. They're like, hey, Matt, don't raise your hope too high. Don't raise your hope too high. All right? They're not afraid of effort. They're not afraid of effort. They're afraid of themselves, letting themselves down. They are now afraid of themselves, letting themselves down. Now, where did that fear come from? That is an example of self-sabotage. That is an example of self-trust eroding over time. You promise yourself you will do this, you don't do that. You promise yourself you will take a walk for 20 minutes every Monday, you don't do it. You promise yourself you go to gym every Wednesday, you don't go. You promise yourself you do better, you don't do better. You promise yourself, I'll wake up and read this book. Even if it's one chapter, then you don't read it. What you're doing to yourself is self-sabotage. And this is just you. This is just you. This is not coming from somebody else. It's just you. And discipline is one of the ways to take care of this. Now let's go to segment number 3. Why discipline restores confidence. Discipline doesn't come from hype. And now, if you know this channel very well, if you've been following this channel, you will know that whatever we do here is not hype. I don't do hype. If you're looking for a channel for hype, please go check the next channel. This is not a hype sport. Discipline comes from promises you have kept to yourself. Kept promises, small promises, minutia one, very, very small promises. Or something like, I'm going to wake up when the alarm clock rings. I set the alarm clock myself. Now, when it rings, if I snooze it, I'm teaching myself not to believe myself. Very small promises. Sometimes unseen ones, all right? Only you know about it. Oh, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow by 10 p.m. By 10 p.m., I lie down on the bed. I wake up when it's 10, but I tell myself, oh, man, I'm tired. Oh, it's good. It's good. At that moment, you're tired, you're correct. But the problem that gives you is that gradually you are eroding self-trust. Self-trust. Discipline comes from keeping unseen promises to yourself. Those promises only you know. Every time you do what you say you will do. Every time you do what you say you will do. Even when you don't feel like it, you don't feel like it, but quietly it rebuilds trust with yourself. You now know that, oh, and one thing we talked about discipline, if you've been following this channel, we did say discipline is not a big bang. Discipline is all about consistency, very small, minutia consistency. And discipline is boring. We have said that before. It's boring. So if you want to live a disciplined life, welcome to Mr. Boring. Welcome to Mr. Boring, because you have to do things over and over again to be a master. All right? But when you do this, you quietly build trust with yourself. Discipline doesn't shout. Oh, discipline doesn't shout. It just reassures. Discipline reassures. Now, this is how confidence actually grows. You see somebody that say, this guy is confident on this subject, on that matter. Oh, you go talk to Jake. Jake is confident. How does it grow? Showing up when no one is watching. Showing up when no one is watching. Showing up when no one is watching. Finishing what you start. You start something, you see it to the end. You see it through. That's how confidence is developed. Keeping a simple routine consistently. Hey, Buba 1K, you said your birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday in advance to you, man. Happy birthday. You take care of yourself. That'll be great. Keeping a simple routine consistently. Not massive wins. I'm not talking about big things. No, I'm talking about small things. Just reliability. You're just reliable. Your system knows. You know that, oh, I am reliable to myself. Segment number 4, self-respect is a daily practice. Self-respect is a daily practice. Self-respect isn't how you talk about yourself. It's not how you talk about yourself. It's not how you psych yourself up. No. It's choosing sleep over scrolling. Well, you need to sleep over scrolling. And it's a practice where you say, I need to do this because this is what adds to my life. All right? It's how you treat yourself, how you treat your future self. How you treat your future self. Structure, building structure over chaos. Building structure over chaos. And we did say yesterday in the live, if you've not seen that, please go check that on my channel. We did say, if you are somebody that lives with structure, you can practically predict how things are going to turn out for you. You don't need a prophet. You don't need a prophet. Consistency over convenience. That's how you build self-respect. Consistency over convenience. Discipline is saying, I matter enough to keep my own word. To keep my own word. And that changes how you show up everywhere you go. How you show up. See, it shows up in how you manage your time, what you tolerate, the standards you quietly lower, the boundaries you don't enforce. Self-respect isn't loud, it's consistent. All right, it is consistent. So let's go to segment number 5. Think about someone who says, I just don't feel confident anymore. Have you heard of that? Have you come across such people? They say, I don't just feel confident. I've lost confidence on this matter. I've lost confidence in this stance. I don't feel confident anymore. Usually, nothing dramatic happened. Nothing. Nothing dramatic happened. They didn't lose ability. No. They didn't lose intelligence, I will say. They lost consistency with self. Consistency, doing things over and over again, even if they are small, in small chunks. And discipline is how confidence is rebuilt. Not all at once. We've always said discipline is not a big bang. Not all as, and it's not intensity, it's consistency. Building it daily, one at a time. Now, this is why people feel stuck, even when life looks fine. On the outside, things are okay. On the inside, they feel disappointed. Not in life, in themselves. I think I did a video called Why You're Stuck When Life is Okay Outside and you're not okay inside. Please go check my channel. You see that if you've not watched that video. Now let's go to segment number 6. Why self-respect looks boring from the outside. We've talked about this from day one, that discipline is boring. It looks boring because you need to do things over and over again. Self-respect isn't flashy. Self-respect isn't flashy. It looks like routines. It looks like boundaries. It looks like repetition. It looks like saying no. This series is called Disciplined Life. And today's topic is discipline is self-respect. Self-respect, we said, isn't flashy. It looks like routines. It looks like boundaries. It looks like repetition, like saying no, like showing up quietly. That's why disciplined people don't always look exciting. Oh, disciplined people, they don't look exciting. They're not shouting. They look stable. They look calm. That's one of the things I talked about in one of the videos, one of the live we did, I think a couple of days ago. And stability is attractive. We did say that. Stability is attractive. It's attractive to opportunities, to growth, and to peace. Yesterday, we did make mention that people that are not disciplined, you see them, even if they are talented, they are everywhere. They are scattered. They live a scattered life, but they are talented. How come? It is simply because they don't have structures in place. And we said when you have structures, you can almost tell what will happen to you. Structure brings predictability. You can actually predict your life if you have structure. If you're a disciplined person, if you have self-respect. See, a lot of people chase excitement, friends. People chase excitement, but what they actually want is peace. What they actually want is peace. And peace comes from knowledge. Peace comes from knowing. Peace comes from knowing that you can rely on yourself. I can rely on myself. I can rely on me. Peace comes from that. Segment number 7, why this message matters in this time and age. Like if you know me, if you've watched my live before, when I have a message like this, I always tell, why does this message matter? Why does this message make sense today? Many people are trying to fix their lives by changing circumstances. Many people are trying to fix their lives. If you don't know, I know of a lot of people. People reach out to me, we talk. They change circumstances, they change a new job, they go to a new city, they get into new relationships. But the real change happens when you stop abandoning yourself. The real change happens when you stop abandoning yourself. Discipline is how you stop doing that. You have to be disciplined to be able to stop abandoning yourself. You can change environments forever. You can move from city to city, from continent to continent. But if you don't change self-respect, the same patterns follows you. The same patterns everywhere you go. You replicate the same thing everywhere you go. So it is not a case. We always say a lizard in America will be a lizard in London. A lizard in America doesn't become a chameleon in London. It doesn't work that way. So you have to first work on yourself before the world changes. Segment number 8, a question that goes deep. I'm going to ask you this question. And I'm very honest, like I always do on this channel. If you know my channel, you know we always do this. And please don't answer the question. Just answer to yourself. Let me ask you something honestly. If you treated someone else the way you treat your own commitment, will they trust you? Answer quietly. This is just you. Don't tell me. Matt doesn't want to know. Matt, I've answered that question myself. If you treated someone else the way you treat your own commitment, will that person trust you? That answer isn't meant to shame you. Like, if you know this channel, this is not a place for shame. This is a place for development. That answer isn't meant to shame you, but it's meant to put you in the right direction. It is meant to wake you up. Okay, if you're going down the drain, it's time to come back. This is where most people get quiet, you know, because they know the answer. They know the answer. Discipline, my friend, is not punishment. It is self-respect in action. It's choosing to become someone. It's choosing, making the choice to become someone you can rely on. This is disciplined life. And this is where self-respect becomes a daily decision. Thank you so much, friends, for your time. Thank you for sticking around with us. If you've not subscribed to our channel, please kindly subscribe. We have a lot of videos and we do live every day. So if we come live, you're notified and you can join us. And if you have any questions on whatever we talk about, please reach out. We're not scared to answer questions. All right. Thank you so much for today, and do have a great night. This is Matt Miller. I'm signing off for the night. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now. Peace.